In this lesson, we're going to continue to import in Blender, and we're going to use CAD files and BIM files, and we're going to import 2D and 3D models. And here in the previous video, we created this internal, external walls and architecture using CAD. Now, using CAD is more precise. At the beginning it's slower, but then it's really fast. So for example, here, if I want to create this, which is a part window and part door, so I can continue to extrude, I can create bridges and so on. So in this case, I'm going to go to edit mode, select this face right here, and using the snaps, this is also really important, and we also saw this again in the previous video. So using the snap will make things better and faster. So you can see here I cannot move this, otherwise I'm going to create a distorted line. So I need to extrude it, but also when I extrude it, I can snap it directly there in the CAD file. And as we saw also in the previous video, we can also snap to elevation views that we can import. And we also saw how we can rotate this part of the drawing, so how we can separate, how we can join. So basically how we can work with images and CAD files. Also in this video, I want to talk about working with images. And so we saw that working with images is less precise but faster. So I also want to show you a technique which is gonna bring in a automatically traced image, which is gonna convert it into vector graphics, and then we can easily extrude it. So this is not really precise, but it's really fast. This one here, it's slower but really precise because we're using CAD. And then also we're gonna see how we can import 3D models. Now 3D models and 2D technical drawings can be imported also using the BIM application or BIM. So in this case, we have the entire model with all the different elements like doors and windows and stairs and everything. Now you can see it has strange subdivision here. It has triangles, and yeah, it has a lot of subdivisions. So we're gonna see how we can get rid of these and how we can simplify the mesh, but also how we can use this to our own advantage, as I did right here, to create like some panels. So you can do you can simplify like this. So we're gonna do examples later. So let's get started with the first import, which is gonna be a fast but not so precise import. And in the previous video, we also talked about AutoCAD and the free alternative, open source alternative, which is LibreCAD, but also we have other alternatives. I've used LibreCAD and I think it's great. Now in this video, we're going to talk about Inkscape, which is also for vector graphics, and this is kind of the alternative to Illustrator. Now also for the BIM, you have software that are professional, or you can use Blender BIM, which is kind of the first stages. So it's constantly under development, but this is how the Blender BIM or the BIM is gonna develop in Blender. So it's really complex. So we're not gonna make a course in BIM, but we're gonna just introduce it. Now for the first import, so to trace the image, we're gonna use Inkscape. So you can download it, install it, and by the way, you will find all the video guides talking about LibreCAD, Inkscape, Blender BIM, and other software and plugin and add-ons in the channel, so look for them. So this one here is Inkscape, and it's already, of course, installed. So all I need to do is to import. So I go to File and go to Import, and I choose the image I want to import. So in this case, I have this plan view that we also used before. Now, in my opinion, I think it's faster also to import an image and then model it using the polygon modeling. But if you want to do things quicker, and you can try this method right here. Now, this is really important to have a plan view that is really high quality, and it has to have a lot of pixels, and it needs to be really precise. Otherwise, the outcome won't be really precise. So it's based on the quality and the precision of the image. So this one here is not really great, but I'm just going to use it to show you the method. And the alternative also is to bring in this into AutoCAD or LibreCAD and to trace these, or Illustrator or Inkscape, and to trace this line by line. But again, this is going to be like the quickest way. So this is the original image. I'm going to just bring it right here. And then I need to right click with my mouse and look for the vectorizer, the bitmap tracing or bitmap vectorizer, or this is the shortcut key, which is Shift Alt B. So if you do this, it's gonna open up a panel right here on the right. Now this is in Italian, but it's really easy to use. Just go here in multicolor and choose only two colors. So you have black and white. You can stack using this checkbox here, and then you just need to, well, you can also check the preview. You have a preview button down here. So this is the preview of what we're gonna have. I'm also gonna remove the background so I don't have like a white paper, and that's it. I'm just gonna hit apply, and then you need to move this so you can see it. Now this is the raster image right here, and this is the vectorized image. So they're pretty similar, but when I zoom closely, you can see that this will not lose quality, while this other one will do. So you can see this is showing you the pixels. Now, if you're not happy with the precision of this, again, you can try different times. So if I select this again, and let's, I don't wanna, I want sharp corners here, so I'm gonna take this to 0. I don't want this one here, and let's, I cannot go lower than 2 colors, but I'm gonna leave 2 colors, but also 1 would be fine, but we cannot do that. Now, by the way, you have also some presets here, so you can choose like presets. So you can also go to gray, and this is also auto tracing if you want to try that. So you can do different tries before you find the correct solution. So I'm gonna try this one here. Try also to increase or decrease optimization. So I put this really high and all the others are really low. So this is what I got, which is pretty fine. And you can see it has some vertex that are not, and vectors that are not perfect, but when you need to do something really fast, this is fine. And also you need perhaps to clean a little bit more the image from the text and the numbers and everything that you don't need. But once you're ready, you can take this and just export it. So to export it, you go back to File, Export, and here you can choose the selection only. So choose selection and choose as graphics. You can use scalable vector graphic or SVG. This is gonna export it, and use plain SVG actually. So this is gonna export it in this type of file, which will be readable by Blender, but also other open source software, because SVG is kind of a open source for interoperability. And here I'm gonna go to File, Import, and SVG. I don't need to activate any add-on to do this. So let's go to the scalable vector graphics. Don't use the SVG as grease pencil, use this one here. And then I will choose this one, export from Inkscape and import SVG. Now this will appear somewhere. Sometimes you need to kind of look for it. And if I go all the way up, there you go. So you can find a folder, and inside there is a curve or a path, which is now really, really small. So I'm just gonna scale it. And to make this in the proper scale, you can use the same method that we used before for the image. Now you can also scale this with a quick approximation, just like I did, because this is not gonna be so precise. So you can use this quickly if you go in the panel here of the curve, and if you select the 2D option, and then you can just extrude. So this is a quick extrusion. Remember, fill mode both, so you can fill the top and the bottom. I can also change the material here, so I'm just gonna get rid of this black material, and this is better. Now you can see it's really smooth, but if I convert this, so right click,